to explain and hard, and this is going to be weird to explain in an efficient manner, but basically we intended for this video to be very lighthearted and just like fun, maybe show some like cool montages of just us having a fun time at the zoo. And then when we got there, we realized that we actually hate the zoo, and we started not critiquing, but realizing the disgustingness behind it. So the ending of the video is just basically talking about it, and I'm probably going to include footage that we took of the zoo and how it kind of relates to what we were talking about, and like proof that what we were saying wasn't just because we're animal lovers or because we care, or we're just making up stuff because we want to validify our observations or our beliefs on the zoo, or whatever the case may be. It was it was real facts, like real footage, real fucking footage. So take it or leave it, doesn't even matter. We just wanted to express our opinions because we're both very passionate people. So hopefully you get something out of this, and you also don't like the zoo either, and stop supporting them because it's disgusting. Okay, cool. Don't come for me. Thanks. You think it's gonna stay? We went to the Bronx Zoo today, and we have to be serious.
And we weren't really thinking about before we got. We weren't really thinking about how they're literally caged and like.
Yes.
We were like, oh, we're just gonna go see some animals, and then when you really see like
how they're living and the conditions that they're in, it's extremely sad. Or even the way it's set up, to the fact that we have a shit ton of humans going and literally watching another being just stand there, and we're so amused by it. It's just insane. And again, like she said, we didn't really, do you have to be so fucking loud? We filmed a lot of just how they're living and things that we found disturbing, almost like animals pacing back and forth because they look so stressed. Literal mental state that was so clear that the animals were in. They were so oblivious. Like, some animals were literally screaming. They were like, oh, they're screaming, like how the seals are talking. No, he's trying to tell you that he needs help, and you're just so fucking dun-dun-dun that you don't even know. Look at him. He's beautiful, bud. Oh. Drink. No. Also, there's a clip that we have of this monkey, and he's literally right next to the window, and there's people on the other side of the window just flashing their cameras in his eyes and taking pictures of him, and he's just standing there, and he just looks so confused and like stunned. Yeah. And that I think sad.
That was like when we first were like, oh my god.
Yeah. What is that?
Like we already kind of were like feeling it. We were like, what's
But we didn't like exchange looks or talk about it yet. But we were like personally just like going through that mindset and like those thought processes separately. And as soon as we literally saw that, we looked at each other and we're just like, okay, this is disgusting. And I think that's when we decided that we needed to turn this into more of an awareness thing, or just like exploiting. I mean, not that we have any means to exploit the Bronx Zoo, because like who are we? But we're still beings and we still witness things, so therefore we're speaking of it. Or what they were eating, like a lot of the birds that they literally say it on the like the little biographies about them. They say like, oh, they eat this, and you look in their food dish and it's pellets. Like how?
Yeah, like why don't you?
Even if it's like dried shrimp or whatever the case may be.
No, it wasn't.
Still
Did you see it though?
Yeah, I've actually zoomed in on it. It's still pellets. It just like doesn't look okay. There's like walkways and you're passing, and there's just huge, enormous crates and cages with monkeys, birds, owls, like just everything you could imagine. And in each like little cage, I did a lot of clips where I kind of looked up, and there's a top, like they can't leave. Do they ever get out? Like the monkeys, do they ever get out? Are they just always in the cage? He's like trying to fly.
I think that like the birds and just animals in general looked really like dirty, but not like in the wilderness dirty. Like they looked like I don't even know how to explain.
Like filthy?
Yeah, like if you see like think about like, okay, you see like a dog who's like really mistreated and like it just looks like dirty, like they don't wash it. It just looks like it was like that. It wasn't like when they're in the wilderness and they're like wild creatures and they clean themselves. Like they just look like nasty.
Another thing that we noticed immediately, like as soon as we walked in, we noticed that every single fucking like big, dangerous, like feral wild animal was literally slumped. Like all the monkeys, gorillas were slumped. Or you have animals in the zoo and they're all just sleeping while people are taking pictures and screaming and shouting and kids are crying. That does not work that way. Hell no.
Sleeping, how cute. Every fucking animal in the zoo just happens to be asleep right now.
Like, wake up, bud. Like, it was just insane.
And the giraffes were like roped into this really tight like area, and there's like triple fences with layers of like different layers of like ropes.
Yeah.
And like fences.
And
just
purposely like hides all over the place. You just see a bunch of fucking signs like, oh, Bronx Zoo Sanctuary, like helping the wild, saving the fucking earth. Like a person feel like it was propaganda. Just like around like, oh, best zoo ever. We're helping animals. We're saving lives out here, boy. Mice or like mouse, rats, like chinchillas, reptiles, like that animal, I guess, like, you know what I mean? Like they don't really, I just feel like they're not as idolized as like giraffes and lions and tigers. So therefore their little exhibits were so small. They looked like 10-gallon tanks of just fucking dirt and maybe a wood fucking thing, and then boom, that's it. Like that's it. And then there were like sections where it was like dark because it needed to be dark because these animals are nocturnal, and then you see people just like with their flashlights all in there. Like, don't get it. I don't understand. It was just so many animals that were pacing back and forth. Like they had nothing to do. There's nothing sprayed to stimulate their mind and like have them going. And again, in these descriptions, they're like, oh, and this animal loves to leap in the forest, and then
it's in like this little area where
it can't even run, where it's just pacing back and forth. There's nothing to do. Like, this is the animal that we just saw, and it literally says that he gallops through the jungle and swims through flash-flowing rivers, and this is the fucking habitat that he's provided with. That he literally just pacing back and forth because he's so bored and probably anxious as hell. And this is the river that he's in. This little ass fucking swamp thing. That's so sad. Oh my god. The thing I noticed so much of is that a lot of people, they'll see an animal and they're like, oh, I'd love to own that. We normalize it so it's an animal that people think they could own. Yeah. I don't know. It's just a lot. I'm dragging it and I'm just like ranting.
No, we're like,
and I feel like there were so many workers. First and foremost, these workers look like they were literally hired on spot. Let me say that. And workers that weren't actually doing their job, just standing around and looking cool and hot in the sun. Like they were not actually saying, hey, don't feed the peacock that because the peacock doesn't eat fucking chips. He eats actual this and that. No, they're just like, oh, and like conversating and riding on these golf carts everywhere like they're so cool. Like they're not actually doing anything. They're just standing there. So therefore, there's no way. Like I truly believe if I want to take a job at the Bronx Zoo, I could literally do it right now. I just want to know more of the process of how they're maintained. And there's no way that they're still that calm, locked in a cage 24/7 all day. There's literally no way. Like ones at the shelter are locked in it. When dogs come in, they'll literally be great with everything, like kids, cats, and dogs, and they're at the shelter for maybe a month, and they're terrible with dogs, terrible with kids, terrible cats, because they just get so like overstimulated and frustrated and just pissed off at everything that they just don't understand how to be compassionate anymore. So I just don't understand how those animals are so calm when they've probably been there their entire lives. I just don't get it. It was really disturbing, and we decided that we don't like zoos and we're not supporting them any longer. And I didn't realize how, I don't think neither of us realized how affected we'd be by it when we went there. So it kind of ruined our whole time. Although we had fun because like we're with each other and we met really nice people there, it was still like
to see that,
heartaching,
like,
and just like truly devastating. It was really, really disturbing, and I hated every second of it. And wait, let me clarify. We don't, like, we're just speaking on what we saw and what we believe, because we really don't know that much about the Bronx Zoo or the zoo industry. I know it's pretty fucked, like any industry in America, but we don't really know a lot or anything about it. We just know that we had almost a terrible time, and we just didn't appreciate how the animals were being kept. Like, it was just not okay. So much that I want to say and want to get across properly, because I think there's so much to be said and so much that needs to be said, that I'm not in any position to speak of it right now.
You guys, thanks for listening to
the 0 subscribers and viewers we have.
Thanks
love
for
you.
listening to our opinions.
I don't even think I'm gonna like advertise that I'm making a YouTube. You know what I mean? I think I'm just gonna
just for memories and fun.
Yeah, and if it like people see it,